It's time to cook with Susan Beck. Today I am going to show you my favorite recipe for grilled salmon. I am going to put this on the grill after marinating it. I have a few options on how to go about grilling it. You could put it into a grill pan like this. I sometimes put vegetables in here too, something that just keeps it from falling through the grates. Fish can get a little flaky, so I like something underneath it. My favorite option is the grilled copper baking sheet. This is an excellent way to cook fish, vegetables. I use it in my asparagus video that was recently posted if you'd like to see it used in another way. I lay it on top of a cookie sheet, slide it onto my grill. When I'm done, I take my tongs and slide it back onto my cookie sheet to carry it in and out. If you don't have any of those things, I would suggest using some tin foil underneath your salmon on your grill. I have purchased my salmon in some individual packets. I always wait for salmon to go on sale because it can be a little bit pricier, but I love all kinds of seafood, but salmon is probably my very favorite. But I don't care for salmon if it's not seasoned, and so this marinade will take care of making this have some great flavor. Today we're going to use some salt and pepper, some brown sugar, soy sauce, olive oil, some garlic scapes today, although garlic cloves is often what I use, a little bit of water, and some lemon juice. This simple recipe for the marinade just goes into a gallon Ziploc bag. Into there I'm going to put a teaspoon of salt. I am going to crank my pepper grinder around maybe like 6 times. The recipe says anywhere from a half to a full teaspoon of pepper. We're going to put in that 1/4 cup of brown sugar, and then we're going to use that same 1/4 cup here. Save on dishes. One thing about grilling is you don't have to do a lot of dishes when you're done. So a 1/4 cup soy sauce, followed by a 1/4 cup of olive oil. That olive oil also helps kind of keep the fish from sticking, although this copper grilling mat does a great job of that. All right, we need 1 to 2 cloves of garlic, but I happen to be out of garlic, and during this, stay-at-home time period, I don't run to the store real often, but I do have these garlic scapes. These are the tops of my garlic. They shoot out this something called a scape in July. I don't harvest my garlic usually until August. And I just cut these up into little pieces and throw them into my freezer. And I save them to use when my garlic cloves run out. All right, next 2 tablespoons of water and 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. You can use fresh lemon juice or the lemon juice from the bottle. I have made it both ways. Fresh lemon juice is always great, but most of the time I don't have fresh lemon juice on hand. All right, so I am going to seal that up, trying to get some of the air squeezed out. All right, now I just want to kind of mix that together, especially that brown sugar. I want to kind of get that dissolving in there. All right, so this is enough marinade for up to 4 fillets of salmon. So I have taken my salmon out of the plastic. This was frozen salmon, so I set it out a couple hours ago. It's still slightly cold. It's not completely thawed, but that's okay. It'll finish thawing while I marinate it. You can leave it in the marinade anywhere from 1 to 3 hours. So I'm going to just kind of work my fish around in there to get all covered. Sometimes I like to come back in an hour, kind of toss it around again a little bit, make sure that all of it's being covered. So this is going to go into my refrigerator and sit there until I'm ready to grill it. I'm out here at the grill now. I decided to make my sweet potatoes, my brown sugar roasted sweet potatoes on the grill, as well as the salmon, and I used that copper grilling mat. Now, if you're interested in this recipe, this was my very first YouTube video that I created right around 6 months ago. and I'm excited because it has over 1,000 views now. So I am going to get my grill to medium high, and we're going to put that salmon on. One other word I guess I should say about the grilled sweet potatoes is that I did not grill them. I made them in the oven in my video, but you could do it either way. Same with the salmon. If you would prefer to make this in your oven, that would be just fine, and you could still use the same marinade. So an hour and a half ago, we put them into the marinade, stuck this into the refrigerator, and now we're ready to put it on a grill set to medium high. I even like to go a little on the lower side of that temperature there. My grill is still really hot from those sweet potatoes that just came off. I'm going to cover my sweet potatoes with tin foil so that they keep the heat in there, and I have about 18 minutes of grilling time for my salmon fillets. So 18 minutes on my timer, and we'll return then. Our salmon is looking great. We are about 5 minutes away from the 18-minute cooking time, and then we'll flip it for a few minutes. Now my salmon came from 2 different packages, and you can tell that these 3 came from a package that's a lot fattier piece of meat. And that fat just sometimes when I grill oozes out. And that's okay. When we flip it over, that'll take care of some of that, but if you noticed, it just kind of scrapes off. Now when I accidentally poked that one, you can see it's definitely not finished yet. We want this to be flaky. I'm going to flip this over, and when I do, you will see the black skins of that salmon. Those are going to scrape right off of there, and we won't have to worry about eating that part. That'll just lift right off. And gone are the skins. But they make a nice protective layer while it's grilling in order to get it cooked through. To get this back in the house, I'm simply going to take a tongs, grab hold of that sheet, drag it onto my cookie sheet, and I'll be ready to take it in and serve it with my sweet potatoes. Oh, doesn't that piece of salmon look delicious with my sweet potatoes and my herbed biscuits? I'll link both of those recipes below. But this salmon just flakes perfectly, and that's what you're looking for to tell if your salmon is finished. Let's give it a taste. The soy sauce and the brown sugar just give it a nice combination of a little salty, a little sweet. And it's perfectly flaky. This is going to be a great dinner.